What's up, everybody? How to Tech. Today we're going to bring you a disassembly on an LG V10. We're talking about the tools that we're going to use to disassemble this phone here real fast. We'll be using a small Phillips screwdriver. This is a 00. A gun cleaning pick or just a nylon spudger will work. The pick's just replacing some metal dental picks that I currently use. We're going to make sure that we have the phone powered off. And then we can go ahead and remove the back cover off of the device and remove the battery out. Go ahead and make sure that you remove your SD card and your SIM card here as well. Next step is to go ahead and remove all the screws. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to remove. We'll go ahead and get started on this. And yes, I know I could fast forward through this part, but I want to show you how long it takes to remove these and how long it takes to totally disassemble the device. These screws aren't in there extremely tight, but you don't want to use a lot of force to remove them. Make sure you use the correct size screwdriver. You don't want to strip out a screw. It can take forever to get those out. So this should be a pretty easy disassembly. The most LG devices seem to be not extremely complicated, not a lot of moving parts. The only problem with that is they normally keep their USB charge ports soldered onto the whole logic board, which is kind of a pain. Meaning that if you want to replace your charge port, you're going to replace the entire logic board out of the phone, and that gets a lot more costly as you have to replace the processor, a new IMEI number, all sorts of stuff. So we'll see if this phone's exactly the same. Oh, we have another screw right here, right below the camera. We'll remove, and the volume down button. Start down the opposite side of the phone. There's a couple of screws that just don't want to come out of the device. If you have tweezers, that'll make it a little bit easier. It seems like the plastic gets kind of squished and then holds them in. We're going to try to use our screwdriver just to get them out. Try this one down here in the corner that just doesn't want to pop out. There we go. And it's one more right here by the battery connector. Perfect. Now with that removed, we can go ahead and remove the black plastic off of the phone. And it's on here pretty snug. There's little snap connectors of how it clips onto the midframe of the phone. So we're going to try to find just an opening or where it's just a little bit loose and see if we can't work our tool in. And it really snugly put on to this device. Nothing around the camera. Let's try down here at the bottom of the phone. Oh, it's a little bit loose just right down here. We can probably put our pick in right here. There we go. And then basically all you need to do is just wander your pick around the phone and just pop the little snaps off as you go. Don't be extremely forceful. Just give it a little moderate twist of your opening tool. You'll see it'll snap right open for you. A little bit of positive pressure on the part you already have open will help it pop right off. Work our way down the opposite side of the phone. You also want to be very careful when you're doing this that you're not putting your tool in on top of any spring connectors. A lot of times on the back of these plastic housings, there's antenna connections. We don't want to damage any of those to give us poor signal quality. So it looks like we do have some connections here. It's for the power button, volume button, and fingerprint sensor. We also have a loudspeaker attached down here as well. Let's see if we can pop this out. So it looks like it's just got a couple of clips here holding it in place. And then we have our connections that are made to the logic board right here. I'm going to press the board and just kind of twist it a little bit. I'll unsnap the top clip. It looks like the fingerprint sensor and the volume button are under two different cables. Here we go. So you can see we have the home button. This is the fingerprint sensor right here. The power button's right here below. So you want to replace the power button. It's the top cable on the metal plate. You want to replace your fingerprint sensor or your power button. You can do that as well. Looks like the camera glass is also easily removable. I'm going to go ahead and start removing the different portions of the phone down here. Undo the display cable, 3.5mm headphone jack cable. We have a connection for the front-facing cameras. Pop that up. It should pull right out for us. There we go. Alright, now with that done, it looks like the logic board should just pop up for us. It's still in there pretty snug, so I'm just going to check for a screw. I don't see it anywhere. So down here at the bottom, it's pretty loose. We can pry that just a little bit. Still the top up here is pretty tight. Oh, looks like there's a couple of clips holding it in place. One right here. So we pry right here, it'll pop up for us. There we go. And then we can go ahead and remove this out of the device. If you want to replace your rear-facing camera, it's a pretty simple fix. I'll just go ahead and pop the connector off the back side of the logic board here, and then reapply your new camera onto the phone. Go ahead and get that set aside. So right here is the charge port that I was talking about. You can see that it's still soldered onto the logic board, which is unfortunate, making that repair much harder. Let's go ahead and remove the railing off this phone. I like this idea that you can replace these. So if you drop your phone and you ding it, you don't have to buy a whole new mid-frame and reattach the display. You can actually just replace these, which is kind of cool. So there's 3 screws holding them in. And it looks like it's still in there pretty snug. We're going to have to take these plastic portions off of the display here to get those rails off. So we're going to use a heat gun and just get it a little bit warm. We're not going to put extreme amounts of heat on it, just to the point where it loosens the adhesive slightly. So just a little bit warm. Now on the bottom portion down here, where the screws down here at the bottom were put in, there's basically some stands that have to be pulled upward. So you can't just pull it straight backwards. You've got to push up and pull it away from the glass. And you have to use a little bit of force, but not a lot where you're going to crack the glass or break the plastic piece. Just working our way up, piece by piece. You can hear it start to pull away here. Alright, we'll try to retain the adhesive. If you can keep your adhesive in one piece, then you can just reuse it since there's some screws that are still going to hold this plastic piece down. Alright, there we go. Looks like our adhesive didn't want to pull off in one piece. We can probably still just kind of press it back out. So you can see the 2 brass pieces on there with the stands it has to fit into right below the glass portions. Now we can pull the rail backwards and it'll slide right off the device. We'll go ahead and do the 3 screws on the opposite side of the phone. Perfect. One more up here at the top after this one. And then this railing should pop and slide downwards right off as well. There we go. Pretty simple. Alright, now we can go ahead and remove the top portion here as well. And we can actually just pull this off with our fingers. It's a little bit smaller and there's no real pieces that are holding it in with the exception of the tape. Go ahead and get that set aside. So now looking at the back of the device, if you're ever buying a new screen assembly, you may have to transfer some of these parts over here. We have an IR blaster proximity sensor cable right here. The vibration module is right below that. Our earpiece speaker to the right. And our 3.5mm headphone jack down here at the bottom. And really that's a disassembly of this phone. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them down in the comments. We'll do my best to get to them. If you want to see future repair videos, go ahead and subscribe to me and try to post a couple a month. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.